Hello, everyone, and hi, David from Australia. Your show's ready.
Welcome, and it's a beautiful day here in Australia. I was just talking to Debbie about the cyclones that have affected us over here, and it's been there's something quite dynamic about the weather, of course, and sometimes it can be incredibly destructive. And as long as people are alive, and there was damage, but for the most part, people's lives have returned to a sense of normality in that they have a house, the water's working, the power's working. We didn't have water for some time. We didn't have power, but we've got water, we've got power. The roads around here are fine. So it's this episode of the power of nature coming back, and this is connected to our collective consciousness, the climate, the weather. We're affecting it, we're interacting with it. So it shows what's going on in our collective psyche. Everyone is doing quite well, and there is this concept of resilience. I do know a couple of friends up down south who basically lost their homes, and I got a couple of friends who lost their cars. So vehicles got taken away by the flooding, and they all sent me messages. I spoke to them, and they were just resilient. They were just, all right, well, it's gone, we start again. And I was quite inspired by that, and I thought, so often fear engulfs us and creates inaction. We're scared of doing things because of what could go wrong or what could go right even. But fear is such a big factor. And when things do happen, people do come together, and usually it's there is a path forward, there is a way forward. And here the government's working really hard to get things back on track, and a lot of people have been working through the night to get the roads back operational. So there's an enormous amount of energy and dedication in humanity. Incredible. When you face obstacles, when you face challenges, incredible how people do can work together, and can connect with each other, because we see conflicts in the world. And I was watching an interview. Yesterday about the Russian and Ukrainian conflict, and it's very hard to understand. And I think at the end of the day, lots of speculation, lots of ideas, and different perspectives that I wasn't aware of, and I was quite unfamiliar with those perspectives. So we have to understand that perspective is a way of seeing the world, and you can look at anything a certain way and see whatever your perspective dictates. People are even able to look at a sky and see a color if they think that color is there. So this is all scientifically verified, that people see the world through a lens, and literally it affects the colors that people see. So it's fascinating, the colors that we don't see and what we don't see that is real and is there, because we just had these aliens in the Miami Mall, and people saw them. And this is a real question of what is usually unseen, what is revealed, and how we can, through our vibration, we can see things that other people can't see. And the more we raise our vibration, the more we can see that's different, that's hidden away. So did you follow that story about the extraterrestrials, and what did you think? Because Miami is such a famous place, and this outdoor mall where people saw these tall aliens that were walking around, and it's created a lot of media hysteria. And what's likely for me is that because they're usually hidden, they're operating in a certain vibration, that they were seen by people whose vibration was higher, and that's how they were able to be seen. So they were always there. It's just usually they weren't seen, and suddenly they were seen by the by these people at the mall. But it's I mean, it's so mainstream now that aliens walking through the mall, that I think that's kind of interesting, kind of cool. Whatever you believe, that this is happening out in the open, and it's no longer hidden away in the realm of conspiracy theory. It's now out there. We know that there are these unidentified objects and unidentified beings, and it's just about dealing with it. If they did have bad intention, I think we would know by now. So, and it's just likely that if species are evolved to a certain level, just like if we're able to make it to another planet that has life, our objective is not going to be to destroy that planet. I would hope. Just like maybe that's changed. Maybe if you go back into colonizing countries and whatever it was 300, 400 years ago, maybe our consciousness would have been, well, we're gonna destroy the local people. But nowadays, if we went to another planet, what would our intentions be? So I believe most of the intentions here is clearly observation. That seems the most likely scenario, that observation is important. And just like if you found another planet, you would be curious and just what is this planet doing? But also the threat of affecting the solar system and the universe, because of our warfare, because of our nuclear warfare. There is the possibility we could damage other planets, and because everything is interconnected, you can imagine that there could be all sorts of havoc in this galaxy, if our planet, if our, God forbid, if we did have a nuclear war. So important aspect is to orientate our consciousness towards peace, and also realize that these other species are here to watch us and observe us, and maybe prevent us from doing anything particularly bad or damaging to the universe. And also, it's important to acknowledge that we are connected to the universe. We are connected to other, because I'm not a scientist or physicist, but everything is vibrationally connected. You have the electromagnetic fields and gravity moving around. So if the Earth suddenly went on a different trajectory, it could damage the system, the balance of the system. And also, these other species that potentially don't want us to be destroying ourselves, because we're interesting, we're here evolving, we're here moving forward. So what do you feel about the aliens, the UFOs, the unidentified flying objects, and a new name for them? I forget what it is. Maybe write in the chat what the UAPs, that's the one. So UAPs, what do you feel about them? Are they here to observe us? Are they here to raise consciousness? Are they here to help us? And Angel, I'm just catching up on the comments from the UK. I would love a reading to see if I can get some help in getting some finances for a car. Thank you. And Erica Burt, the Galactic Council, they care about our world to help us. Thank you so much, Erica, for the comment. And the Galactic Council, I do believe that's a network that is here to support and raise our consciousness, create peace in the universe. And this makes a lot of sense that we have these overseers and planetary councils that come together, just like we have a government that comes together to make decisions for humanity. So that Galactic Council is here to observe, monitor, and make sure that things are moving forward, progressing in and evolving in a positive direction. So it'd be really interesting to sit on that council and to meet with other beings and how they would be, because I've read certain materials about Earth being sort of a repository, a library of other species. So the idea that another planet like Earth would be completely different is one that I have heard. I sort of have a idea that there would be a similarity, that there wouldn't be a vast difference. However, I've read about different intelligent consciousnesses that were completely of a completely different nature to human beings, more like a jellyfish, and also the idea that human beings would incarnate into other species is also debatable. I believe that there are humanoid species, a number of humanoid species in this universe, so we're not the only ones. And I also believe that human beings, the soul could choose different experiences, definitely in the evolution of the soul, to gain a great understanding and awareness. So we could, for instance, incarnate as a rock and just be in that rock. I always think it's fascinating that a rock seems pretty dead until you look at a rock, you go really close and you see that there's this extraordinary movement, and it's not as dead as we thought. It has an energy. It has a life force. If you have rocks, or you have the stones in your house, you'll feel that there's this there's a beautiful energy of those stones, an earth like grounding kind of energy in that. And who's to limit consciousness and say it cannot be in a cloud, or it cannot be in a rock, or the like? So there's all sorts of possibilities, and Arica, they have a lot of different levels, just like the government. So that just makes sense, Arica, to me. And thank you for sharing. Welcome, Melody Hart, and I love your insights, Arica. They like that we have free will, and most don't have the ability to choose. Unfortunately, we choose wrong. So this does. I've also read about this, Arica, about the ability of human beings to change, to be. We're almost on this edge, this free will edge of right and wrong, good and evil, and we have that ability to do both good and bad, almost in equal measure. We can destroy just as much as we can create, and perhaps those are mirrored or matched, in that the more, if you're able to do an enormous amount of good, then there's a polarity that you're able to do a good and equal amount of bad. If you're able to create, we are very creative beings, so that there is that reverse side. There is this dualistic nature of being human. Oh, I'm just moving my screen. The dualistic nature of being human, that there is this kind of north-south, good, bad, in this particular three-dimensional hemisphere, in this operational system that we are operating under, that there is the ability to be transcend that and only be good, because something's in potential. Like, because there is a nuclear bomb that is in potential, could destroy the whole world, doesn't mean that it's used or expressed or energized. So because we have that ability doesn't mean we need to use it. It can just be like a South Pole that we never visit, that it's there, that we have that in our system innately. However, it's not something that needs to be energized or expressed or visited. So we could essentially be good, and I think most people are more on that side and see the advantages of cooperation more than they look at destruction. But there's still energies on the planet with wars. And those wars, of course, are very destructive, not just for not just for one side, but always for all sides and for the collective consciousness on the planet. There is this ongoing struggle with war that we have, and definitely always look to the money, who's making the money from these wars, who's benefiting from it. There are lots of different perspectives. There's not just one way to look at it. So don't just feed into the media narrative. And I was listening to someone yesterday, and he was talking about how the media also seek to influence the English-speaking world, and so they may have an agenda based on their goals in being involved in wars that can be to influence a particular side, influence, for instance, English-speaking people in a particular country involved in conflict. So we don't always know what's really going on, and often what's really going on is complicated, and human beings are suffering on both sides of a war. So also, I always think having a little bit of neutrality, not demonizing one side. Sometimes there is a sense of there is a sense of evil in the world. I think of terrorism as this evil force. So I'm not sure what you feel about that, and how one can operate towards terrorists, retaining some compassion, but also defending ourselves. So sometimes we do need to defend ourselves, it seems, on this planet, in this three-dimensional world. And just catching up with your comments. Carmen, can I have a reading? So we'll come to the readings soon. And Carlos, welcome again, Carlos. And thank you for being here. We love to have Carlos. And Melody, may I have an angel? So Melody, you do have an angel, and you can call on your angel for guidance. So we all have support. This is a supportive universe. Although often we feel alone, we feel disconnected. You may, go to the bathroom or go for a shower and feel, I'm alone. But actually, we're not. That's a misperception. We are supported by guides, and also those guides are not necessarily some people see guides as above us and see ourselves as being below. Those are evolved souls. However, we're in this physical body. We're in the physical realm. So they're not to the same extent. They don't have the free will that we have. So we have this operational ground of dealing with free will, making choices, which other beings don't have. And we talked a bit about the higher dimensionals and their frequency, and they have a task, and perhaps there's not the same free will in what they're and how they're operating. So this is an imaginative planet. We have this incredible imagination, and that is the divinity of that's within us, that's in our DNA and our genetics. And where that genetics came from is also a really interesting realm, because personally I feel that we're a hybrid species, and that's partly why we have so much possibility in all sorts of different directions, from being a terrorist to being Mother Teresa or Gandhi, or having heroic qualities of unconditional love and sacrifice, self-sacrifice. So we're able to do things just for ourselves or do things just for others. But definitely we are cooperative species. So this cooperation is always impacting our dealings with other people. And the issues with social media often are that we don't have a person in front of us. We don't see it as a real person. We get caught up in saying things that you would never say to someone who because we're all human beings. There's a lot of robots on social media, I suppose, but the humans on social media are still human beings. And always remember that they're they're not different from you. They're in a body, and they may have a perception. They may be in a mood. They may just be having a bad day. So cut them a little bit more slack, and don't get too much involved in these kind of online wars. I've heard that Twitter X is quite a place. I'm not on Twitter X. I've never really been active there, but I hear people just insult each other, and they're very cruel and excessive in their reactions. And this idea of one side being better than the other side, I think it's also a problem. Particularly, I see in politics where one side thinks that they're better than the other side, and actually, you need a sort of balance of perspectives in politics, or in any country needs a balance of perspectives. We cannot have, for instance, I live in Australia. We have an immigration policy. We have rules. We allow in a certain number of refugees, but we cannot say our borders open, anyone can come here, because how would we deal with the thousands of people who come here? So that's where the balance comes in. We all need a balance. We need sometimes, if you live in certain neighborhoods, perhaps you need a high wall. And if you go to I know you have a lot of celebrities in America, but if you go to celebrities and you see they have these like 12-foot long walls and security guards all over, and so these concepts are not new. It's not unique concept to have a sense of protection, and that's where balance comes in. Be trusting that we are protected and guided, but also being realistic. Sometimes there are bad elements out there, and we do need to be realistic. I always think, lock your door. Don't invite people into your house, because you don't know who's out there. But protect your house with pink protection, love, and that really helps to create a bubble of protection around your residence where you live, perhaps around your car as well, creating a bubble of protection, a protective energy, and that will keep things safe. So that's just my thoughts. We'll get to some readings. I think I'm looking, the first one there is Angel. So I'd love to know your name, because just helps me orientate to know your actual name. Erica Burt, let's see, and Carmen Sadikara. So let me know who's on, and we can do some readings. Angel, yeah, it's a bit hard without your name, but we'll start off with you. Catherine is my name. Thank you. So full name is important. Catherine, thank you. Although I thought your name was Angel, which is a beautiful name. And we're just having a look at your comments about. Okay, let's have a look. So Catherine, okay. And just feel free to write in the comments if you have any requests. And also, I do prefer a real picture. Let's have a look. So your cards are popping out at me, Catherine. It's like they're throwing themselves out. And definitely patience. Patience has just popped out. It said, here's the patience card, Catherine. We need to be patient. But there's also an archangel who's popped out, and that's Archangel Metatron. So I would encourage you to call on Archangel Metatron for guidance in this decision, because he has popped out and he said, hello, I'm here, call on me. And Archangel Metatron is a very strong archangel. He's got a real sense of clarity and vision. That's what I feel about Archangel Metatron: clarity and vision, and a certain sort of presence in the third eye. So bringing Archangel Metatron, that's going to allow you to have the vision to make a clear choice, a clear decision, having insight and clear thought. So clear your mind with Archangel Metatron, and then it's going to be more straightforward, because you do have choices, you do have decisions, but it's time to break out of all the pans of worry, doubt, self-criticism. That feels like these are blocks that Archangel Metatron is here to help you release. So that's what it's saying to me, that this is a pan of almost like you keep doubting yourself. So really keep clearing, bringing transparency, bringing purity of thought. It's almost like, if I want to go left, go left. If I want to go right, go right. There isn't this, should I go left? Should I go right? Should I go up? Should I go down? That's really just driving. You're just going in circles, and it's not helping. So really make a priority to clear your thoughts, clear your vision, open up your vision, because there is support. It's telling me, have patience. This is coming to you. I'm just going to pick another card here, Catherine. And I did feel a color red coming to me, so that could be relevant or not. The angel of balance is just keeping your mind in balance and telling you to calm down, have patience, get all the facts, and really align. So Catherine, the card that popped up, as I said, was patience. So because something isn't aligning today, on the 9th or 10th of January, wherever you live, Rome wasn't built in a day. We take steps forward, and be really patient, but also proactive. You are moving forward with this. Angel of balance is saying, calm down, stay centered, stay balanced. Because it didn't happen today, doesn't mean it's not going to happen tomorrow. Because I feel like you do need to save, put the resources together. It's kind of like collating different sources of funds. It's not just one source, and when you put it together, you'll be able to do that. But also, so patience is really important here. But sometimes it's ruminating on something that you want something that's unrealistic for you right now. So this angel of balance is saying, really be realistic. If you need a month to come up with this amount of money, then take that month. If you need to stop spending money on everything else that's not a priority, then do that. Because when you have a goal, you can put your energy towards that, and you can manifest it. You're going around in circles and sort of defeating yourself with thinking everything is just not happening or aligned. It is aligned. It just requires patience and focus. If you focus your energy, then absolutely this is it's in your cards. It's going to happen. It just some things require a bit of time. So thank you so much, Catherine, and good luck with that. And welcome to Presh Pandey. Welcome. Tina Brady, welcome as well. And Lisa King, welcome, Lisa. So Let's have a look. So yeah, and this message is for everyone. 2024, we do have this new energy. The vibration is strong to make decisions for ourselves that move us forward. And let's not keep getting stuck in the past, because I did that so much last year. I kept thinking, oh, this is what happened in the past, or this is the person, instead of just starting from a blank canvas. And I feel what I did yesterday was, I said, all right, I've done a lot of different yoga and had many teachers, and it all felt a bit like, I had one teacher I really liked, and then she left, and I felt this kind of sense of loss and this, but yesterday I found a new teacher, and I went to class, and I had a great time. It was something new, a new experience. So my lesson last year was, it was very Groundhog Day. I was making the same decisions, the same choices. And my lesson for 2024 is to let go of everything that happened in the past. It's a new day, a new time, a new moment. And whatever relationships happened, whatever was in the past, let it be in the past. Let go of it. Start again, renewal. Open your mind, open your heart, because when you do that, you allow new people in, you allow new experiences in. You're not repeating the old, because you may have, sometimes I have my favorite little walk, but it's good to have new experiences, be open to new things, new people, because there's always a lot of beautiful people out there that even could live on your doorstep. I have a lovely neighbor. For some reason, it took me 2 years to even meet him. So he lives right next door. So we can have people literally right on our doorstep, and they could be absolutely lovely people who, for whatever reason, we don't meet, and make an effort. You have a new neighbor, why not, bake them some cookies and go over, and it really serves us to be more connected with our neighbors, and to be more open to who they are, what they are, because you just don't know. Sometimes because we live busy lives, we have assumptions about everything. We're always making assumptions, and we don't know what the treasure that could be on our doorstep. So I have an example of my parents had neighbors for over 20 years, and the week my parents lived in South Africa, and then they moved to Australia. So over 20 years, they had the same neighbors that lived across the road, and didn't really know them very well. But on the last week, there was this connection, and they come over for dinner, and they had this beautiful dinner with these neighbors, and it was very special. And all those 20 years, I think it was 30 years, whatever it was, 25 years, those neighbors were right there. And that connection, that's beautiful that it happened, because we are interconnected, and we don't have to be strangers, and none of us are strangers. We're the same family. We're human beings. We're not that different. You always think that other people are different, but really, when you get to know them, you see, well, they eat, they sleep, they, go to work, whatever. It's not that different. It really isn't. So coming back to the readings, Presh, it's so hard to let go, and Melody, lots of love. 3 hearts, so 3 hearts back at you. Let's have a look. Tina, Brady, welcome. And let's just, who else did we have? Erica. And I love Erica's comments. Thank you, Erica, for bringing so much insight. So the next was Carmen Sadikaria. So let's have a look at Carmen Sadakoria. And I'm just shuffling the cards for you, Carmen. I'm feeling a lot of possibilities and potentials in you, Carmen. I feel like there's even your name, Carmen, has a high vibration. So already your name, it feels like there's a resonance for me, and it's, Carmen means gardens or vineyard. It's got means vineyard or garden. So there's an abundance even in your name that's expressing itself. So I feel a real sense of abundance around you. There is some magician energy as well. I've got the magician card, so I'm gonna just to pick another card and see if there's any messages for you regarding that magician card. Because that magician, I just have that feeling about you that you have a lot of power, you have a lot of ability within you. So personally and spiritually, you have a real potency. There's a real sense of energy around you. So it's almost like I feel like you're like this vortex of energy. So that can go in so many different directions. And within your grasp is other forces of earth and spirit, yin and yang, because I've got this yin and yang card with you, which so masculine, feminine, divine masculine, feminine. So I feel you have both working together, and that's going to be creating the greatest transformation in the world and in your own life. So you have that. It's almost like you have the hand of alchemy within you, and I feel you'll be able to have insight about other people. You'll be able to help other people navigate their lives, their decisions. Just gonna wait it up. Leave that. So I'm just gonna have a look into that. But there is a blossoming abundance, so you are really supported, Carmen. There is support around you. I feel like there's a little bit of keeping yourself small and being afraid of the limelight. So it does feel there's something in your childhood. It felt like you were. It does feel like there was a limitation, a sense of limitation in your consciousness from your childhood, a sense of narrowing. And so now 2024, it's a time to heal that and open yourself up to the world. Heal all the past wounds, because children are so vulnerable and open to different energies and often don't know how to filter those energies or interpret what's happening in their lives. So now's the time to heal those wounds, and there is this great possibility. This is another card indicating this possibility on the other side for you, this great abundance and impacting the world and expressing yourself creatively, because I feel ultimately you're a creative spirit and your garden is blossoming with colorful flowers. So this is 2024 is opening up these possibilities for you. It's just asking you to clear the self-doubt away so you can move forward powerfully in your life path. And thank you so much, Carmen. And I wish you well for 2024. All right. So just clearing the energy and bringing ourselves back into balance. And Catherine, I've been told I'm an earth angel. That's beautiful, Catherine. And I love that, earth angel. Erica, I'm open to general information. Melody, may I have a reading, please? Okay. So I'm going to, I think, Erica, you were asking for a reading. I'm not sure if you're still there, Erica. I'll just pick a card for Erica. All right, you're there, Erica. Beautiful. Erica, and look at your gorgeous smile. That's wonderful. You know, it's something we have as human beings, a smile, and we can always share our happiness with other people and our kindness with other people. So it did feel like a yin yang card was popping up for you. So balance. And I'm just gonna pick more cards for you, Erica. Let's have a look there. And all right, so interesting cards. Interesting cards for you, Erica. It feels like there is some indecision hovering over you at the moment. Different pathways. You're not too sure. It's like you're kind of holding on to something from the past, and there's a sense of unknown. So that's really reframe that into possibility, potentiality, open space, the realm of the imagination, because there is also this healing energy around you. This you have this healing ability within you. So that's a gift, Erica. This it's almost like this ancient wisdom that can bring profound healing in yourself and in other people, and that can pour out of you. So that's a beautiful gift, and you can use your intention to empower yourself and your life. So steady progress. There is someone envious of you. Oh, I'm seeing actually more than one. So just sometimes keep to yourself a little bit more, and just be a bit careful with some of the people around you that are sort of exerting some of them a little bit of negative energy around you, because there is that envy. But I'm going to pick another card for you, Erica. And this card is just supporting what I said. You're not alone, that the ancient ancestors are beside you, supporting you, that you are one of the keepers of the earth, keeping the vibration, holding the energies here in alignment. So that's a beautiful card for you, keepers of the earth, and I love that. So just keep on your path. You are protected. Be a little bit more mindful of some of the people you're spending time with. Sometimes it's better just to be alone, because you're not really alone. You have the ancient ancestors around you supporting you, and you be open to receiving a different dimension of support for your life and working, and feel free to call it into your realm, because I feel there's a lot of untapped potential within you, Erica. So good luck in 2024. Great to see you, and thank you so much for coming. And let me have a look. So we have quite a few requests. I'm just gonna look through. We won't have time for everyone. So Presh, please can I get some guidance for the next 3 months? So let's have a look. Presh Pende. Presh. A beautiful picture. Very feminine energy, Presh. And it's such a beautiful energy. The divine goddess, the divine feminine energy is really, really sacred. It's very sacred. So I feel like you're carrying a sacred energy within you. And the card that's coming up for the next 3 months is both the angel of love and action. So it's telling me that instead of thinking, it's time to take action, because there are these ideas in your head that need to come to fruition. So really focus your energy toward action, less thought, more action. The angel of love is around you, so that's really supportive as well. So she's there to guide and support you. So that's a beautiful card for the next 3 months, that you're gonna have. You're gonna have that rose quartz, the tender love that's gonna bring you compassion and affection. So there could even be there's a real feels like there's a real sort of romantic element of this energy. So just enjoy that, and remember that this is your time for action. So thank you, Presh, and let us know how you go. All right. So maybe we'll do one more reading. Tina Brady. So how about Tina Brady? Thank you, Presh. Tina Brady. I love your picture. It's very cute. That's very cute, Tina. Let's have a look. Okay. So who's that in the picture, Tina? So it feels like you're walking away from something, Tina. That 2024, it's important that you shift your energy. Strategy is coming up for me. So a new direction, strategy, really, write in your journal, make lists of material that can help you in this new direction, because the strategy is coming up. Walking away is what you're undergoing at the moment. So it's out with the old, in with the new. Out with the old, in with the new. So there is this change happening within your life, Tina, and it requires some letting go, some moving on. So there may be a decision involving letting go and moving on to something new. So strategy is coming up for me. So being strategic, and perhaps you do need to get some professional advice. There is something on the other side which is very optimistic. It's saying on the other side of this there is this new perspective and prosperity. So I'm feeling really positive on the other side of these changes, Tina. So just keep moving along, have your work on the strategy, and make those changes that need to happen, and good luck with it all, Tina. And welcome to Assel in the comments section. It's great to see you again, Assel. And so we'll do one more reading. Just trying to get if there's anyone new that I haven't done. just Melody Heart will may okay. Melody Heart, okay. All right, so we'll just do Melody, and let's have a look if there's any insight from Melody coming up. Okay. All right, so I'm feeling like I feel like it would help you to release attachments. This, what I was talking about before about Groundhog Day, there's a little bit too much that you're creating that. And I was talking about myself and how I realized that it's me that's actually doing this, that I had all these patterns and people in my life that I was holding on to. Let them go if they need and want to be in your life, they'll be in your life, but don't hold on too tightly. Let sometimes allow for change, because you actually feel really good when you meet new people, when you have new experiences. Like I was talking about my hike and how I have the same hike I do, and how going on a different hike is like a new experience, and that opens up the mind to a new way of being, a new way of living. It's good to freshen up your mind, freshen up your life. So release those attachments, Melody, because you're holding too many things. And there is this call on Archangel Metatron to support you, because Archangel Metatron's there, and it's just that you keep going back to the same things from the old. And sometimes we just need to be brave. We just need to, let go of the old unhealthy habits and addictions and move on to something new. It takes a bit of courage. I'm gonna just go to that yoga class today. I'm just gonna, whatever it is, there's so many things. I'm going to take that trip into the country, go visit whomever. So Melody, it needs a change from you. It needs you to let go of attachments. Stop holding on so tightly. So hope that helps you, Melody, and lots of love to you. Wishing you a wonderful 2024. And it's been great to be with you today. Thank you, everyone, for all your comments and interactions, and it's been really fun for me. So see you next week. Go in peace, go in love, and be blessed.